Alright, so what we're going to try to do, I have the aluminum inserts for this rear diff. It goes in the lower piece, or the front piece here rather. There's two that go in, one on each side of this piece, and then the back bushing is actually on the body of the car. So what we're going to try to do, well, first of all, this thing's got fluid in it, so I got to figure out a way to keep the fluid from running out. And once I get that figured out, we're going to flip it over and try to get us something to hit, some kind of maybe like a socket or an oversized piece of metal or something, and try to hit it from this side, because the way this goes is, you know, out through the bottom. And let me get that figured out. We'll get it sealed up one way or another and get it flipped over and try to find something to knock these things out with. Alright, so you can see kind of what's got to happen here. This is where we are. These bushings have to come out. Well, with it hanging over this end here, you can actually drive that out. And this is just to get it started. And this is the best hammer I could find. Sometimes you can put some, what do you call it, PB Blast or something down in these seams. I'll spray a shot in it and see if that helps us a little bit. You wouldn't think it would help a ton, but believe it or not, this will help quite a bit, especially if you can leave it in a position for it to set in there a little bit. And heat definitely helps. And if you like heat the bottom and you put the spray in on the top, it pulls it down to the bottom for whatever reason. And this hammer is absolutely just busted out of crap. There we go. Now I got the center out. I can get the piece to fit around this bushing, the right socket or whatever. And if I have to, I can burn that out with a torch or something. But you can take a socket that will fit that outside of that rim. Now, there's definitely better ways of doing this than what I do. Again, this is me doing what I do and how I do it. I mean, you can get a press, push this out. I don't have the press, and I don't have the hand press here right now. It's after business hours at the local parts store to rent one. I don't own one. I hate beating on the sockets, but this is what I got. And there's one of them, see, so voila. Alright, so we got one out. Get the other one. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So that's what you have that comes out. Alright, so when you put the aluminum inserts in, they are absolutely just as to the limit as they can go. So if you noticed, I knocked the one center out. You can use this to get them started. What you're supposed to do is actually freeze them. It makes them draw up, and they will actually press in. And we may have to do that because this set is absolutely as tight as they get. And I don't know if the freezer here works good, but we'll probably go ahead and do that. I'll probably go ahead and freeze these and just wait till tomorrow to try to put them in. But when you freeze them, supposedly they draw up and shrink up, and that will allow them to be put in a lot easier. Alright, so a dead blow hammer isn't going to do as much damage. A dead blow hammer has a solid impact, but it's still like a rubber surface, so you can actually hit on stuff without damaging it. If I had the actual press kit, I could actually just grab it and, you know, put my press on it and press it in. And I may end up getting it in the morning. It's starting, so I may just pop that out and just freeze it, or get the kit in the morning. Alright, so I got them in there. What I ended up doing is I took the bolt that actually holds it in, and I put both plates together, and I put the bolt through here, and I took the nut I found a nut that will actually fit that. Well, and on the top and the bottom, I took the flat plates that go on top of them, and I put one on each side of it. And so when I put one on each side, that holds it. And so I took a wrench to hold back on it and impact, and that's pretty much how I ended up putting them on. So it didn't go as smooth as it did right now, showing you that. It was, you can see I've beat and banged this thing skin up. I didn't leave them in the freezer long enough. I was just trying to get it together before I leave tonight. So that worked for me. It took a little bit of persuasion, but that's ultimately what I ended up doing. And taking the bolt, again with the bolt that holds the rear ends up, you know, the actual piece here, and I took the other side and sandwiched it and found a nut that would fit in this bolt, and I drew it together. So that's what we did there. And I put some lubrication, some oil and stuff, and I cleaned the inside of it real well before I did. And again, it's tight. So you're gonna work for it, and they say to cool these and heat this, but my torch, I don't have any acetylene, so I'm pretty much at the mercy of trying to make it work. And maybe it would have worked better with heat, but this is what I had, and it's done on this side anyway. I gotta do the other one. All right, so I got the other ones in, and definitely the colder, the other two were like, I think an hour. I left the two in there a lot longer, and definitely went in a lot easier. So you do want to leave it in there for an hour. I don't have the thing that come with it that you lay over the top of it and hit it with, so these are kind of beat up. It got to where I had to put some muscle behind it, and they fit, they go in. Again, lesson learned for me. Definitely the colder they are, the better they go in. And like I say, you are supposed to heat the ears of them. I don't have the torch, but I did see that you could probably put these in the freezer. And if you have the kit, the ones that come with the little metal thing, or the aluminum thing that you actually hit, it would keep from scarring these up. But these are going to go in the rear diff. You're not going to ever see it, and you'd destroy them getting them out, you know, if you went to replacing these. So they're in, they're solid, they're a little scarred up, but they ain't going nowhere. All right. I appreciate you watching the videos today. If you will, like, subscribe, share. If you'll hit the little bell on YouTube there, that way you can get notifications saying that we've posted another video. If you'll follow us on Chesser Drifting on Instagram, our email is chesserenterprises@yahoo.com, and we are also on Facebook at Chesser Motorsports. Add us on all those platforms. If you have any questions, message us, comment, like, subscribe on everything. We're constantly, if you want to get like more up to date on the things we're working on, you can actually follow us at Instagram or Facebook and see more up to date stuff. The videos are a little behind, so I'd say we're probably a month behind right now with so much we've got going on. And so that way, if you want to get more up to speed with what we're working on. All right, thanks guys, thanks for watching the video. We'll see you on the next one. Here we go.